Hey there, everybody. Brian Fink from the Church of the Resurrection with a word from the DCC. And I thought I would start today by conducting a little bit of a thought experiment with you. And I'm going to start a sentence, and I want you to finish it. All right? Here's the sentence. If you want to change the world, fill in the blank. If you want to change the world, ... What would you say? How would you complete that sentence? I'm going to take Mother Teresa as my own example, use her answer, because she's certainly someone who we could say changed the world. This is what she says. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. Surprising? I have to admit, I was surprised the first time that I heard it, because here's Mother Teresa, who left her family to go and be a religious sister and start her own religious community in India, in a place that she was totally unfamiliar with, in a culture that she'd never encountered. And now all of a sudden, here she is, she establishes herself in this country, one of the poorest countries in the world at the time, and she changes the course of history. So why does she say, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family, and not, if you want to change the world, become a missionary in India, or if you want to change the world, become the president, or if you want to change the world, start a nonprofit organization to help the poor or the marginalized or the disenfranchised? Well, let's focus on the word change just for a minute, because that's what Lent is about. It's about transformation and preparation, preparing ourselves to receive the risen Lord. And to think for a moment that we can change the world without having our own houses in order is kind of ridiculous. If I can't get the ordinary things in my life right, how I interact with my spouse, the status of my bedroom closet, the way that I manage my time during the day, my calendar. If I can't get that right, how can I possibly believe that I can change the world by starting a nonprofit organization, or by joining some cause, or by being a part of some rally? The Lord says, how can you be entrusted with these big things when I can't trust you with the little ones? I mean, he actually says it in the reverse. But the same he says in another place. Why are you so concerned with the splinter in your brother's eye when here is the beam in your own? And I think it's so important for us to think about our approach to changing the world for the better. And I want to take a line from C.S. Lewis, who says, at every moment, when we think about morality, we shouldn't think about it as this bargain negotiation that we make with God. If I do all these good things and follow these rules, then you'll reward me, and if I don't, then you'll do the other thing. Instead, what Lewis says is, at every moment, we make decisions. At the very core of who we are, the part of us that chooses, we either choose in each moment to become more and more a heavenly creature, or more and more a hellish one. And a heavenly creature is one who lives in harmony with God, with one's neighbor, and internally. And a hellish one is the opposite, who is at odds, who is against, who is in opposition. And the conclusion of all those decisions, the countless decisions we make every single day, lead eventually to one place or the other, heaven or hell. And we begin to experience that reality even now on earth. And the crazy thing about change, the crazy thing about time, is that it really is just a measurement of how things change. And so to think, I'm going to change the world in this massive way without first changing myself is presumptuous, to say the least. I would also include kind of prideful and arrogant and narcissistic. If I can't make my bed, how am I going to possibly transform the world around me? If I can't get the ordinary things right and seek in small incremental ways to get those things right, so then I can get the bigger things right in small and incremental changes, that's when I'm ready to change the world. Now, the Lord can equip us. The Lord can give us what we need. But the disposition to receiving those things requires an ordered soul, requires us to live in an ordered way so that we're receptive to what the Lord is going to give us. And then we're aware of the world around us in such a way that we can perceive how we can help and then move forward courageously. Because the future is a kind of potential reality. It's not actualized yet. So when we decide to do something good, in those small moments, in those small things, when we decide right here, right now, I'm going to do something good, we bring into being a better world. And when we decide to choose to do something evil, we bring into being a world that is worse. And when we choose to do things that are good, the effects are bigger than we imagine. And same goes for our evil choices. So let's focus today on small, incremental things that slowly, over time, with God's grace, we can change about ourselves. In our own house, in our own family, in our own small sphere of influence. Man, and if everybody lived according to that maxim of Mother Teresa's, imagine how the world would change. Thanks very much. God bless.